Hey guys, this is Ancient Dragonite TCG here with a new episode of Poking News. This is I'll be doing this 2 times a week. On Tuesdays and I think it's Fridays. After reaching the top episodes, and this will be like covering all the new TCG news, video game news, like other stuff. First off, we got a Black and White 9 Megalo Cannon. There's a booster box promo revealed. We won't get this till September. But it's always good to know ahead of time. So, it's a Porygon Z Stage 2 Team Plasma Pokemon. And it's colorless. And it evolves from Porygon 2. And its ability, Plasma Trans, is kind of like Dark Trans for Plasma Energy. So I'll just read it to you if you guys do not know what that is. It's also often as you like during your turn. Man, I'm starting a lot lately. You may move one Plasma Energy attached to one of your Pokemon to another. So, like, basically, it's Dark Trans from Hydreigon or Shift Gear from Klinklang, but that's like Metal and Dark, and this is Plasma. But the downside to this is that you only have 4 Plasma Energy in your deck, and it's a Stage 2. It's kind of hard to get out. Really depends on what comes out in this new set. And we have all the Plasma Storm scans from Pokebeach, Water Pokemon Master, thank you. And I'm going to go over every playable or interesting card. First off, we got a Combee. It might sound weird why I'm not talking about Vespiquen, but this Combee does, for 1 grass, it does 30 damage, and it does shuffle, and the effect is shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it, and shuffle into your deck. So basically, as long like you get another basic out, you can attach a Prism, maybe even a Blend, and donk a Squirtle maybe, or even just catch or KO Squirtles like tomorrow. But the sad thing is, it only has 30 HP and it's donkable, so it's not really that great. And Stage 1's not that good either. Only has 100 HP. And next we have Amoonguss. Amoonguss got 3rd at a Japanese Battle Carnival. It was like Moongus, Mew, Watchog, Victini, Victory Star, Sableye. So the strategy was use Mew EX for junk hunting with Sableye, attaching prisms and stuff. There's dark energy in that deck too, double colorless energy. And you can just like attach any energy, and then you can use Amoonguss's first attack called Astonish, and it's flip a coin. If heads, choose 3 random cards from your opponent's hand, and your opponent reveals those cards after you pick those 3, and they shuffle those cards back into his or her deck. So you can keep doing that for turn after turn. They'll have no hand, but as long as you hit heads. But you have Victory Star, so probability, you have a 75% chance of hitting those heads. And then you have, next up is Moltres EX. It doesn't sound great at first, but like it's interesting. I don't think it's great, but it's interesting. For its first attack, it's a basic, of course. It has 170 HP. Its first attack does, for 1 fire and a colorless, it does 30 damage, and then flip a coin. If heads, discard energy attached to defending Pokemon. So it's a little bit of disruption. Has a crushing hammer effect to it, but I don't think you attack with that. But its second attack is 2 fire and 2 colorless, and it does 80 damage, and it's called Power Flame. And if this Pokemon has any Plasma Energy attached to it, this does 40 more damage. So it's not that bad. So 120 for that much, and you can one-shot the Cobalion, but they have Klinklang out, so that's a little bit of a problem. So I don't really think it'll see much play, but it's interesting. Next up, we got Infernape, and it has 130 HP, Team Plasma Pokemon. And normally we're going to look at this second attack, and it does 120 damage, and for 1 fire and a colorless, and you discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. Normally you'll partner it up with this bad boy, Victini EX, and its attack, for 1 fire, search your deck for 2 basic energy cards, attach them to your bench Pokemon any way you like, and shuffle your deck afterward. So basically you can do that to a Chimchar, and the next turn, Rare Candy Infernape, and then you can switch or just retreat. And you can do 120 turn 2, which is really not that bad. And you have the Colress engine, which you can just use Colress machine, attach a plasma, and then attach a fire, so you can do 120 over and over. But it two-shots everything, but it does get through Klinklang, so it's not that, it's pretty good. And by the way, Klinklang is okay. It depends on your meta, so I wouldn't really recommend if you have a lot of non-EX attackers in your meta. Then we got Articuno EX. It's really interesting. If you have, it really depends on what your meta is. If there's a lot of Landorus, then play it. If there's a lot of, that's basically it. If there's a lot of Landorus, play it. If there's not, don't play it, because they can just switch or use Keldeo with Ray Eels and stuff. Normally you're going to look at its second attack, but this first attack is good too. We'll go over that first, actually. It's Blizzard for 1 water and 2 colorless, does 60 damage, plus 10 to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And you don't apply weakness on the bench, of course. And that's pretty good, because with the new Dusknoir, I mean, not the new Dusknoir, but the one from Boundaries Crossed, you can use that ability to move all the damage around, and it's pretty cool. Frost Prison is basically 2 waters and 2 colors doing 80 damage, but if it has a plasma energy attached to it, the defending Pokemon is now paralyzed. So basically you're doing auto paralysis if you have a plasma energy, which is pretty cool. Then we're going to look at, next card is, actually just look at this. And it is Rotom. It's an uncommon, 60 HP. And its first attack and second attack are actually pretty good. I think I would use this deck in Ray Eels. If it does a colorless, discard an energy attached to, a lightning energy from your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards. So basically, it's pretty good energy, like getting in the discard. And then its second attack does 20 times the number of trainers in your opponent's hand. So basically, you just have trainer items, stadiums, all of that count. And you can do a lot of damage, since normally people run a lot of trainers. And then you got the Lucario Holo Rare, Stage 1, 100 HP. Its ability, if it has a metal energy attached to it, this Pokemon's type is fighting and metal. And that's really good, because you can one-shot Articuno and one-shot Darkrai, if they've taken one prize, which they probably have. And its first attack, and its only attack, is Hurricane Kick. It's a Shaman, but it's way better. It's fighting in 2 colorless. You can do 60 plus 30 for each prize card your opponent has taken, which is really good. You can do a lot of damage. Even mid-game, it's good. And then there's